Welcome to Off Meta Offline, where we play, in this case, role-playing games with our friends in a shared space. Isn't it cool? In this case, we're going to be playing a game that has been designed and written by myself and Kyle Jurek, member of Off Meta, where we'll be playing Goblin Mode. It's a game of capers, high-intensity, funny action in which our goblins are going to try to eke out an existence for them in a 1920s-esque city that kind of resembles Chicago, but it's not really. The serial numbers have been filed off, and then everything's powered by magic. Got it? You're with us, right? In this case, our goblins are going to be played by Haley.
Hi, I am Sunny.
Veronica.
Good evening. You can refer to me as Miss Thorne when we're on an adventure.
Adam.
Thank you for saying my name, but it's actually Perp, and I am happy to be here with you.
And we got Benny.
Hi, I am Boshtar Klepper, also known as Pleasant Feet.
And Linksel.
Hello, I'm the Minuteman.
And I'm Tyler. I'm going to be your GM. That stands for Goblin Manager because no one can be Master of Goblins. In this case, what we're going to do tonight is introduce you to our band of goblins and who they serve, what they call a charge. A charge is a mythological creature of great power, but also at great risk. If a certain type of archfiend or other power broker were to capture their charge, they would use it as a weapon of war in their mass campaigns through hell. We wouldn't want that, would we?
Maybe. Depends what they want.
They don't want you whether you want. Instead, our band helps their banshee, survive, and in return, that banshee gives them power and ability to further their own goals. So it's a reciprocal relationship. In this case, our banshee is a creature called Anis. So what I want to do is go around and if we just introduce our characters a little bit more fully. So Haley, we'll start with you and Sunny.
Hiya, so I'm Sunny. I've been through some stuff, right? So I just really don't want other people to have to go what I went through. I completely ignored the signs of this like fortune teller type thing, and I really suffered for the consequences for that. So I'm a Tommy gun knocker, but I tend to stay at a distance to help out my friends and make sure that they don't ignore all the signs of and the messages that they're giving. Me and my spectral dog do a really good job of protecting our friends. We really do. I'm called Sunny, right? Because I've got yellow skin and red hair. It's the red hair. It definitely is. It's the red hair that everybody calls me Sunny.
And Veronica, let's talk about your hob.
I am Miss Felindra Thorne. I have worked hard, as a good hob ought to, for our human benefactors, and made my way to a top-of-the-line job for a goblin. I work with... When she makes the cute face, it's very hard to be stern with her. I work with these goblins to try and bring some semblance of order.
And Adam, tell us a little bit about Perp.
Perp by name, Perp by nature, and I am here today to tell you about the cards. I'm a kobold, which means that I am protecting myself when I go down to the underworld to try and find more of these magical, delicious cards left behind by fiends, or cards I need to get from these fiends. Working through the underground, I am going to try and be on my way to find out what my destiny is once I complete this tarot set. But in the meantime, I'm trying to help others understand their path in this world by using the cards.
And Benny, let's talk about Pleasant Pete.
Pleasant Pete is my name, known by my band of friends. I do have another name, Boshtar Klepper, but yes, I am known by my friends as Pleasant Pete. I am a puck, a shapeshifter, which has come in very handy for me, as my family lineage were domestics who serviced human culture. And growing up amongst the humans, I did come to appreciate and understand aspects of the culture of humanity, and would like to bridge the tensions between us. So my shapeshifteriness, if you will, has come in quite handy, as I form a bridge, a connection point between us goblins and the humans.
And Linksel, tell us about Minuteman.
Hello, and welcome to Secondhand Clocks. I'm Minuteman, the gremlin gob that keeps things ticking. You want clocks? I got clocks. Clocks many different shapes, like creatures or places. I can even make a clock that looks just like you. Is your clock broken? Bring it in. I'll fix it. In a jiffy. You can even talk to my wife Bertie while you wait, unless you're Glen. Just leave us alone, Glen. If you want the best clocks on the block, come into Secondhand Clocks. It's time.
All right. This episode of Goblin Mode is brought to you by Minuteman Secondhand Clocks. So, that was great.
Discount code off Hannah.
Yeah, discount code.
10%.
5% then, apparently.
Adam's going to be like, 99% off.
Which clock would you buy?
All right. So just to give you a little bit of insight into the world that our goblins are existing in, like I said, it is a bit of a turn of the 19th century vibe. So think post-industrial revolution, but that industrial revolution is powered by magical creatures for the most part, or magical power that is being exploited in some way, shape, or form. So ley lines are punched into the ground, deep into the earth, so that they can hold up skyscrapers. Combustion engines are powered by phoenix eggs that are given birth and then go back to ash and then birthed again. Things like that. Our goblins are refugees from Tuatha De Danann after a revolutionary type spirit that happened among humans, in which they overthrew the kings of old to set up their own democracies, republics, and other types of governmental forms. Our goblins surged through the breach, through the hedge, and came over into a new world and helped usher into that ushered in that revolution. So they have a place among humans, but a lot of times that place is second class. They aren't allowed to own property for the most part. They aren't given very many rights, and they're mostly sequestered to what we call Goblin Town. So our Goblin Town is next to Fenwick upon Uta, a major city as a part of the Federated Free States. So with our goblins, they're going to be working for a banshee. And a banshee is a creature of shape-changing, of dreams, and of prophecy. So the banshee, as you may know it, would keen and wail to tell people death is coming, right? And mostly that was seen as, this is a bad omen, when they should have just been listening to the lady. Come on now, follow the signs. In this case, that is the curse of most banshees, to say the truth, to say the future, and to be ignored. So what they want more than anything is to pass on the somewhat cryptic and sometimes opaque information to the people that need it, so that their lives can change or calamity can be averted. So our goblins all have a special connection to their banshee, a creature called Annis. So I want to tell you a little bit about Annis before we go too much further. This is a magic device. It's not a phone, it's a scrying stone. Annis's form and personality is dictated by the passing of time. During the daytime, her personality is mostly the same throughout the day, though she grows more wary as the sun grows low in the sky and she becomes older. She is kindly and bespectacled and a little bit flighty hither and thither. She nurses animals and almost compulsively brews tea. Her shadow casts twice behind her in the noonday sun. She complains of missing her sisters, though they are both ornery creatures in their own way. So one of the things that you should also know about Annis is that at nighttime, and dictated by the phase of the moon, her form can be very different. So what I want to ask our goblins, right, is what time of day or night and what time of the month in terms of the phase of the moon do you think you would have visited Annis? Sonny, what do you think?
So I'm really glad that you clarified phases of the moon there, because I was going in a very different direction. I would definitely visit her in the daytime, because I've heard she's got this phenomenal garden and I love plants.
Well, so let's talk about the kind of connection you have with Annis, the conversations that you might have. Let's say you're visiting Annis. What would you bring to her attention? What kind of discussions would you have?
So mostly we talk. Honestly, we've talked about the plants in her garden quite a bit. And last time I was there, I am actually really good with plants, and she was talking about how she couldn't get one of the trees in the front to fruit.
I can't get this thing to fruit at all. I have pruned. I have mulched. I have treated it with tender love and care. The other day, I got so desperate, I just kissed the bark. I love you, tree. I need your persimmons.
Anis, I've told this tree. See, I did tell her that she needs to, there are these flowers that they work as like a cross-pollination for this tree, and that's the only way it's going to fruit. So she's got to plant some of them. You've got to plant them, Anis.
Oh, this is some Three Sisters magic, you're telling me.
It's, it's just plant genetics, I guess.
Oh, you are such a smart little wise kin. Oh my. You have time for a cup of tea? A cup of tea with old Anis?
I've always got time for tea, Anis. Oh, and those flowers, actually, those would be really good for settling your stomach because I know it gets a little bit off.
Oh, this tummy these days. Oh.
We'll make sure that in fact, does my grandma have some in her garden? I think she might, I can bring some over next time, seeds, and you can start them from fresh, because they're always best if you can pot them and plant them yourself, because if you tend things with love, then they will bear more fruit for you.
Oh, that's truer words never spoken. Let's take a look. I'd like to pour a cuppa with you, my dear. You look like you need a little bit of advice. I know you're giving me all of the great things off your brain. I'm pruning you. I'm eating from the fruit of your beautiful brain. Now, one thing to note is that how tall would you say Sunny is as a Tommy gun knocker?
I think she's probably just really average height for a goblin, but I know that goblins range in height from like 3'2" to like,
7,
6
8 feet
foot,
sometimes. Yeah.
10 foot, whatever. So let's say she's like 5'4", I suppose.
She is, in this time of day, she is like I said, she's a little bit more stooped. She's smaller, probably around your height. But she ushers you in, and she goes, and I want you to I really want you to relax. I just want you to take in the aromas of the teas. I just want you to breathe deeply. And then she pours you a cup of tea, but it's loose leaf, so she pours the leaves in there, and it starts to steep, and she rubs it around. Now, yes, sip deeply. Close your eyes. Mm-hmm. That's good. Yes.
Should I be doing something like what? I don't really
And then as you like are waiting and kind of in your impatience, should something be happening right now? She's, nothing is wrong. You definitely should not concern yourself about the color green in the next 2 to 5 business days. Yes, no problems. Sometimes the tea leaves can be off. Okay, I wouldn't worry about it, not even a little bit.
I mean, it smells nice.
Yeah, all the most dangerous things do, my dear.
So I should worry about the color green in the next 3 to 5 business. But what business
You
days?
said it, not me, though.
Well, what? Okay.
It skips weekends. That's the best part.
What's the weekend?
The days where humans don't work at banks.
Oh, right.
Yes. You know how they're always touching around
always
and they're
working. What? I can't believe they get a whole 2 days off.
They're always sitting in their chairs and rolling around and saying, "I'm doing business right now. Look at me."
Anis, when can I open my eyes?
Oh, give it now.
What did you do?
Just a nice thing that a good cup of tea can do. It soothes the heart. It gets you ready. Now, I want you to go out there, and I want you to look for somebody who, how best to put it, looks like their hair is askance. Like, if you ever look at someone, you say, "That's not your haircut."
Right. Okay.
I want you to follow them.
Oh.
But don't be seen, because they might think this is a nosy Nelly, and we don't need that for you, right? And then I just want you to watch and see If there's a chance that they might fall off a pier, a dock. Can you do that for me?
Yeah.
You are the sweetest of hearts.
Follow the person with the wonky hair and make sure they don't fall off the docks.
That's right.
Got it. I'm on it, Anis, and I will be back with those flowers as well.
You are the sweet. We are going to make this tree fruit yet, me and you.
We really will, and it's going to bear beautiful fruit and make fantastic tea from the flowers as well.
All right. Miss is Philandra Thorn. What time would you see Anis, do you think?
I have to admit, actually, the most entertaining time to go visit our patron is right, like the cuppa you have before bed, because that's when she's got the best gossip for the day.
What time of the month? I mean, if you visit her at night, you're going to get a different version of her. So which type of Anis would you be?
Got to catch her before the sun goes all the way down.
Okay, I got you.
Little out of order if you
she's
miss that window.
If you visit her right at dusk or near enough, she is much more haggard, almost the crone. She's gnarled. She is laying down for bed, and she'll. Is it Philandra?
I feel like I need to change my name.
It was the feminine version of your father's name, Philanderer.
Never going to live down his reputation. Some hobs get their jobs different ways.
I feel like that needs to be a quote.
Put that on a t-shirt.
It's a hob, not life.
Good evening. I thought I might join you for your last cuppa of the day.
Oh, yeah. Be a sweetheart and bring me that over, yes.
Yes, gladly. Say, what wisdom might you have to impart from today's activities? Any philandering?
Oh, well, I can't say that I get about, but the animals, they sometimes do want to whisper little secrets to an Anis. And the things they say. The trees have dreams. Did you know that, Philandra? Did you know that the trees dream too?
Yeah, my Anis, let's just call me Lynn.
Lynn.
The trees dream. Really?
They do. And when their branches crack and they fall to pieces, this can tell us so very much. They shed their very limbs so that we may know of what their dreams partake, and their dreams tap into a deeper truth. Do you believe this, Lynn?
I like to believe that there's a deeper truth out there, a meaning in the chaos, an order, a calm, a reason.
Well, that is up for debate. Truth is often not orderly. Truth is often the greatest of all chaos. We try to put things in tidy little categories, don't we, Lynn?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not want me to tidy this? It looked a little... Just the saucers didn't match. It's your tea.
One day you'll learn, my Miss Thorn, that you can't control everything the way you would hope. But perhaps you can do enough. How are those children, those babes that you tend to?
Older every day. This,
Yes.
the eldest has left the house even. Has come up in his job, grown himself a mustache.
What was his name again?
Mr. Bartolo, once they're of a certain age.
The young Master Bartolo. He might benefit to not go to the spinning coin. I feel as if the cards are not in his favor.
Always tried to get the gambling out of that boy.
Well, maybe it'll give you a little project. You always liked those, didn't you, Lynn?
I do. I like having something to do. Keeps one out of trouble.
Are you keeping that dream journal like I told you? Are you writing down your dreams? Don't pretend you don't dream anymore, my dear.
There's a little bit of, filling in the gaps, just so that it makes a cohesive narrative. And sometimes just when, teeth are flying by, it feels a bit random.
That is the deeper truth. That is the deeper truth. We are beings of a different place. They are confined by these constructions. And they try to bind you with it, little goblin.
I do like how orderly this world is, though. Unless we've brought so much over.
Well, you, Mrs. Thorne, are the best part of the rose, if you ask me.
I do always love that joke.
Perp, what about you? When would you visit Annis?
I think I would visit early in the morning, normally before anyone else really truly wakes up.
Okay.
I think that I would like to do that because I think that this will be the time where they're going to be the most vulnerable to being honest with me as possible. And maybe there's something in there I can just twist to get something out of them that they may not want to tell me.
Okay. Well, the Annis of the morning is lithe, graceful.
Life?
Lithe.
Oh, life.
Lithe.
Do you have a lisp? I didn't know that. Sorry.
That's a real word. I know you're a Cyprian, but English.
Live. Yeah.
Live.
Sprightly.
Yeah.
Nimble.
Not Lithy.
Not Lithy, yeah.
Benny's only seen it written.
That was it.
That's the middle of the night that she's a Beth. I can't even say it that way.
But as she wakes, as you come in at the dawn, she is, she's brewing her first cup of black tea to wake herself, and yes, she's how big? Perp's a smaller gob, right?
Perp tries to blend in as much as Perp can with the fancy flow of purple that normally is adorning any outfit that they are wearing at that time will normally have a piece of purple on it in some way, shape, or form. What he'd be doing today, though, is he's walking in, trying to stand a little bit taller than he normally is, as he's a little short, able to hide into the crowd self, trying to look a little bit tall, a little bit like there's nothing wrong, was there's a bead of sweat and his pupils in his eyes are a little bit more dilated than normal. You can see him fidgeting with the cards, more so than he even normally would be. Just fidgeting with the cards. So,
is that my sweet little purple champion?
Yeah. I feel very champion-esque today. That's for sure. Because nothing's changed. Although maybe one thing's changed because, as you would know, normally when I deal out my cards and I'm looking at my own destiny, it never changes. But today, for some reason, the last card in my set is the cat, and I don't know what the cat means and why I would be seeing the cat today of all things, when I do not like cats.
Well, the cat can have many meanings, can't it? Are you the mouse, Perp?
When they look at me with those eyes, I feel like I am.
So as you are talking to her, her eyes turn into cat's eyes.
It's not real. It's not real.
What is it about them that frightens you so?
They're not natural. They shouldn't look like that. They shouldn't be like that. Nothing should have that many lives.
You know, Perp, it could be that the cat is there's a myth or story, and myths are all true, except when they're not. Cats will steal your breath while you sleep. You ever heard this?
No, God, this is worse!
But they do this for a reason. They don't just steal it. They don't steal it arbitrarily. They have no pockets to keep this breath. Where would they even hold it?
Their tails.
No. What they want to do is they want to touch your dreams. They protect the dreams of those that are dreaming at night.
They're in my dreams. I call them nightmares. Nightmares when they're there.
Maybe the card, though,
I'm just going to turn this card over.
is telling you that you're the cat.
I'm the cat.
Aren't you, though?
I'm the cat. I'm the cat. I'm the
Why
cat.
all these? And she tickles up your arm and pulls back your sleeves. And why all of these tricks? Why all of these gambits, these foolishness, these 3-card Monties, if not to steal the breath? What are you aiming to do? And at least you have pockets.
I just don't know how I feel about being described that I could be a cat in any situation, let alone now a cat with pockets. I'm going to have to think hard on this one.
Well,
what would they even keep in them? Yarn?
I once had a cat. You won't believe this. They're mostly too mean to my chipmunks. And I do really love my chipmunks because they have the best secrets of the underground. But cats have all kinds of presents for you, mostly bones, half-eaten little rodents. But you know why they don't bring them to you?
Because I would smash them?
That could be it. But cats, they're not afraid of you. They believe that you can manage on your own. So they don't bring you little gifts, little presents, because they think, Perp, he's got it all figured out. But then they go into your dreams, because sometimes when they look into your eyes and they see that maybe you're a little overstressed about the cards, they want to see what may be cooking in that little cauldron of yours.
I need a helmet. That'll protect my dreams.
And a mask.
Oh, and a mask.
How
dog
about-
mask. A dog mask will do it.
She takes a piece of cheesecloth, and she fills it with some like potpourri or herbal tea stuff, and she kind of ties it up, and she says, just put this over your face, and they'll never be able to catch your breath. It'll come out as a scented, and they can't stand these things. Cats. Am I right?
Cats can't stand
That's right.
potpourri.
That's right.
Wait. Yes, potpourri.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As always, I'm grateful for what you have done for me here today.
Now, this is between us. We trade in secrets, right?
Yes.
You would tell me if you had any fun secrets. I like to wake up in the morning and I think to myself, I'll get a great cuppa, and then I'll learn a tasty little tidbit, and then later on I'll trade that and I'll get a little secret, and then I'll be able to pass that on to my wonderful little friends. And you are one of my wonderful little friends.
Well, I have heard something about Vinhall.
Mm.
Vinhall has been out there collecting magical items again, and I hear he's found the location of the crown.
Oh.
But I didn't want to tell you yet until I had it confirmed, but fair is fair.
Now
You've helped me with the potpourri.
I imagine that Vinhall would be trying to sell it for something as gaudy as some money. What even is that?
Who cares about money?
That's right.
But I don't think they're going to get the chance.
Ooh. Do you have a plan?
Not yet, but I need to find out where it is, and then I will plan.
Well, you know who I know who is delicious at planning. And she pulls out she has a little box with little calling cards. This is
What's it called?
Rolodex.
Rolodex.
Yeah. And she pulls one out and she says, "This, Lynn, don't call her by her real name. You know how people get touchy about that, including you, Perp. Miss Thorne, though, wonderful planner. She'll put you in the right direction."
Oh, okay. Oh, it'd be my pleasure to see them. Thank you.
All right, Benny, when is Pleasant Pete? When is he visiting the Annis?
Pleasant Pete visits.
Is anybody brave enough to visit her at night? Oh.
Pleasant Pete.
You just sent me a kobold with a potpourri on his face.
That's the nice version. Gotta keep away those cats.
Their damn pockets full of dead mice.
Yeah. Pleasant Pete, when do you think you might visit?
Pleasant Pete visits our banshee Annis in the deepest depths of the night.
What
in
time?
the wee hours,
Mm-hmm.
in his sleep. He visits Annis in his sleep to seek guidance during his most deepest dream state. It is usually around 2, 3 in the morning, after achieving true deep sleep, that he obtains the vision of dear Annis and seeks guidance.
So it would seem, and based on the time of month, depending on what type of divination you're looking for, what type of information is what you're, what kind of things does Pleasant Pete want guidance, wisdom on, do you think?
On bridging the connection point between goblins and the humans, a connection to heal us all, perhaps unify us.
I think the best time may be during the crescent moon. So if you open yourself up and visit Annis in the time of dreams and the crescent moon, one of the things that you as a band have in your connection with Annis is access to a shared dream. It's the on top of the normal reality that sits around you is a dreamscape, right? And most people don't engage with it, don't see it. But as a group and your connection to the Banshee, you have this ability to interact with it, engage with it sometimes, and also it's in certain occasions be endangered by it, right? It's both ways. But in this case, as you visit her cottage, so she lives in a tenement in Goblin Town, and Goblin Town is kind of built up spontaneously. So instead of people like, I'm going to go look for an apartment today, they go, I need a place with a roof. I will build this. And people come together and kind of in these sometimes careening towers, and they build them up. And then other times it's like low to the ground hovels, and it's based on taste, right? And goblins all have their own personality reflected in the buildings that they build out. But as you walk through the dream, this is different, and you can see what they had always envisioned of that space come to life. And in the case of Annis, it is this. It's almost like it had this cottage sits upon heron legs, and it kind of walks around. And then behind it are birds' tail feathers that dangle up. So you climb up those tail feathers, and you open the back door, and you peek inside, and there she is. But she has grown orders of magnitude longer. It's almost as if her body is trying to grow at such a rate that it starts to break the skin. The seams in her skin are now traced with a faint ghost blue light, and whispers can be heard around Annis. It's as you come in the room, it's only her, but you hear these It's almost impossible to make out what is being said. And as you come in, she seems a little bit far away, but her ear is to the doorway to portals. So she sits and listens to the doorway. What would you say?
Ennis, I've come to you again this evening, and I've heard your call. And I'd like to hear what you have to say about the humans, about their culture and their intent, so that I can help them. I'd like to connect with them. Can you help me connect with my human counterparts?
The pleasant one. So kindly, so good-natured, a creature of will, goodwill. What could bridge the divide between you and humans? A century? 2 centuries? But you want something faster than that, don't you?
Yes.
Pleasant Pete. Ah, yes. That is one thing that never changes about my little goblins. Impulsivity, quickness. Now. And it must grow much more urgent as you look on your own mortality and say, in my lifetime will I see the great things that I have begun to build, the foundations that I have laid upon the ground. Will I tread the upper floors in the towers that I have begun to build? And the answer is no.
No.
But let's lay the foundation, you and I, shall we? Or, better yet, come with me. Let's frame the doorway. For what you want is to be able to give an invitation. You want a guest.
Yes.
Aha. She takes the door that she's listening to, and she raps at an upper corner. She raps at the baseboard. She jiggles the knob 3 times and then launches it forward. And on the other side, you see this starry scape, right? And it's just a field of stars that go on forever. She pulls you forward and she says, she takes your arms and she jiggles them. These will not do.
I understand. I need to change my form, don't I, to explore this?
Yes. Something like a bird, but no feathers.
Yes.
A skin like a porpoise. Have you ever seen a porpoise? She changes her hand and you feel the texture of this, kind of aquatic mammal.
Yes, I do understand. I need to swim out here, don't I?
And she plucks your eyes out of she starts to pry your eyes out of your face, and it hurts a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Now, grow them back, but like gemstones, refractory. Do you know what I mean? Cut, many-sided.
I can see so much. All at once. Worlds.
Now, as we drift off into this space, you will see a multitude of threads a multitude of paths that lay out before you. And what you seek is the one that leads you to some kind of accord, some type of destination. Now, I will tell you, you will find the start of a path, and it will look like you are becoming one with the humans, but all you are really doing is becoming submissive to them. You are becoming a tool to their will.
But
you are becoming less goblin and more human.
But I want that.
Then turn yourself. And she turns you around and she barrels down and she pulls you out of the doorway in your shape change form. Can they do this? Can they make themselves a thing of their own will? No, they are bound by their flesh. They are bound by their fingernails, by their gangly teeth. Only some man with a knife may cut them open and take these things and replace them with stuffed bags.
They are unknowing. They need guidance. They need to change their form.
Yes.
What must I do to change their form?
Their dreams are bound by the sun, by the moon, by the day, by what is in their world time, a constant. This is moving forward. They must make their clocks so that they are such a way that the trains run on time. Elsewise, nothing is going to come in its orderly fashion. They must allow themselves to drift away.
Reprioritize.
But our first task is a mighty one. Nightmares. They haunt the streets. They hunt. They're hungry.
They infect their minds.
They turn them into bitter little beasts. Bitter little beasts. And you know what they hate most of all? What? They hate what they cannot control, what they cannot leash. They love their hound because they can put it upon a leash. Will you turn yourself into a hound, little Puck?
Yes.
No. No. This is all for tonight.
Understood.
Go back to your dreams. Dream of being a little puppy in the kennel. All right, Minuteman.
That's why we just visited during the day.
So she's got greater wisdom at night. Didn't say it was
Just came
nice.
for tea.
Yeah. Minuteman, what time of day would you meet the great Annis the Banshee?
I want to say probably fairly early in my workday.
Okay.
So like mid-morning, perhaps.
All right. So mid-morning, you're kind of like popping out, for a little coffee or something, getting a little pick-me-up. I gotcha. The sales have been going slow, am I right?
Yeah.
Why are the sales so slow at your clock shop?
You know, it's really hard to part with one's art. You put so much of yourself into it, crafting the perfect cat, the perfect mouse, the perfect goblin clock. And it's just, I want to make sure that they're going to the right person for the right time. For everyone's time is unique. And if it's to the wrong person, I cannot part with it. The clocks are personal.
Mm-hmm.
Very personal.
As you come in, she is almost kind of she's got a fresh face. It's full. The only lines that would show age are smile lines. She just looks, and she's working on the plants, the herbs that sit by the kitchen, and she's, marshaling out to the garden itself up front. And as you approach and walk by, she gives you a kindly wave. Oh, it's my Minuteman.
Hello, Annis.
Annis. Yes. What can I help you with today? Would you like some tea?
I would love some tea. Tea sounds fantastic.
Oh, it is most certainly fantastic. Nothing better. Do you take it with sugar?
Yes, I
Well,
do.
that's a mistake. So let's change that. And what about cream? Do you like cream?
No.
Well, we're gonna fix you. We'll get around to it. Here, just try it. Just try it for me. For me.
I can do that.
What was your wife's name?
Oh, Birdie? Oh,
Birdie.
she is delightful. She's doing
Yes.
so good. She's working on making a fantastic banana bread today.
Bananas
it's-
in a bread.
Yes.
You don't say.
I know, right? It's fantastic. I've never heard of such a thing, yet she's heard it from these humans, and she's fascinated by the fruit. It's such an odd shape. It's very gob shaped.
It is.
You know?
Well, the first time I tried to eat it, I unclothed it from the center and tried to, and I got a lot of looks.
Well, who doesn't get looks these days?
People are a little bit on edge, aren't they?
Indeed. Yes.
So I had my eye on a clock of your design.
Yes.
Would you be willing to? I know it feels bad to say, but to part with it for Annis.
Depends on the clock. You're so special. Your clock must be equally as special. So I've been thinking, I've been pondering the perfect clock for you for a while now, as you know. And I hate reporting that I still am working on the details. But if there's another clock, we might be able to discuss it, perhaps.
Well, Minuteman, I'm looking for a clock that can help me with some of the work that we are aiming to do. And I think no one is more accomplished at providing that to me. The mechanics of the future are very sometimes well put in the form of a clock. Your circular nature, what has been past will be future again. Do you believe it?
I've always thought of time like taffy. The humans have these most rigid schedules. Everything is measured. But time, whenever you're in a moment, it feels like it's lasting forever. But then you look back, and it's gone like that. So it's not quite as regimented as you think. It's kind of amorphous. And it does circle back on itself. So like a circular time taffy, as one would say.
Well, it seems to me that you have just the design of something that I might be looking for. Something that is elastic, but also loops back in on itself. But don't make it out of taffy, my dear. I'm trying to watch my figure, as you imagine. And a taffy of the right kind, salt water, any type of thing like that, it won't last long in this house.
Very well. I'll continue pondering, but that gives me some good ideas.
Well, you are a bright little light. All right. So all of our band of goblins, they've been introduced, obviously you've been introduced to them and their relationship with our Banshee Annis, and that kind of forms the bond that brings them together. So you may have noticed as a through line throughout this that their different concerns tend to be focused on either their personal goals or their goals philosophically, what their relationships to humanity or other goblins or mystical acquisition, as we say, right? But in terms of serving the Banshee, they tend to go out on capers that try to further the goals of their particular Banshee. And this is represented by heraldry. So by the end of their campaign, our band of goblins will have created a heraldry of their own design that represents what they have done, their achievements. All right. And we begin with something called the escutcheon. And the escutcheon is just a fancy word for...
Bless you.
Yeah.
I said it way too late for that joke to land. But, you know, you lean in.
The escutcheon is going to be the shield, the thing that holds their future achievements and is surrounded by those achievements as well. So before we began, our players chose their achievement of the dream, a shared dream, or some connection to the dreaming. Draw a multi-sided shape on which to place your hatchments. Those are your future achievements. The world of dreams imposes itself upon the world around you with its symbolic language. You can see it and sometimes interact with it. So we need to, Adam, you're a fake artist from New York, right?
Is it my turn? Is it to
yeah.
shine?
Would you like to draw a shape that would represent the heraldry of your group? A multi-sided shape.
Okay.
A strange multi-sided
So it
shape.
can't be a circle, got it.
Well, when I was fooling around with vector
He draws
graphics
a
in my
triangle, I swear.
youth, yeah.
Sorry, so let's be clear. Are you
A
looking...
triangle is an occult symbol, but I don't know how strange it is.
Oh
Right?
my god, so you want an occult symbol now as
It's
well?
a strange multi-sided symbol.
My days. Like, I'm not prepared for this.
So,
Rules, Gob!
yeah, it's intended to be kind of like a dreamlike shape, a shape that's strange and influenced by dreams, maybe cloud sides or weird polygons, that kind of thing. But it needs to be big enough you can put inside of it other drawings. It's meant to take up, I would say, 2/3 of the page should be encompassing by the shape.
We could actually fake artist this and have Adam draw a line
Draw
and
one
then
line
pass it
and
to
pass
the
it along?
next person.
I
Yeah.
like that.
Seems like, yeah. So go ahead, Perp, and draw the first line.
Why are you using green?
Goblin?
I know, he's purple.
Perp!
Oh, right.
Character fidelity.
I didn't want to be like the main person in this whole story, and it was going to be purple in my honor. Just would have been rude of me.
No, we're fake artisting it. You just get to have your purple in.
Now that's fine. But like,
Okay.
He really wanted a circle.
All right, we're going left or right. I always go left. Because
right
I'm
for
left-handed.
right for adventure.
Right for adventure, yeah.
Incorrect. He looked straight at me for that. I was baited.
Consistency.
Do you want to pick a different color?
No, consistency.
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 Your name's green.
So this is the only a shape that is created by committee that'll probably turn out like a platypus, right?
I'm adding a bill now.
We were gonna do yeah, that's true. It does that bulbous head. I was thinking of the yellow sign, like. Have you seen the yellow sign? Oh yeah, that's I like that. That's the mountain cut by the sun, at least on that edge.
Stop.
Collaborate.
Break it down.
We're definitely not listening.
So the hope is that I myself, for anybody who cares about this stuff, I consider myself a really bad doodler artist. If somebody
This
was
is
like,
just about Tyler. This is not part of the
Thank
game.
you. But, yeah, this is me. This is me talking from the heart right now.
Okay.
And so
Patreon content right here.
I would, if somebody told me there was going to be a game,
Close up
in
here.
which,
Close up
yes, if someone told me there was going to be a game in which I designed, in which I suggested, you know what we should do, have an art project built into it, I'd have called them crazy. But I just love the idea of you walking away with this kind of artifact, and we're going to try to, as we do because we're going to be doing a Kickstarter campaign. If you didn't know, we're going to be publishing this game. So we're going to give you a link in the description here of how to get involved. If you're interested in playing Goblin Mode and being a part of it, we'd love for you to do that on off meta. So this is going to be kind of our big ongoing project, or one of them, as we move forward. And we'd love for you to play test it, give us your thoughts, contribute to things, show us your heraldry as you start to build it out with its achievements. But what we want to do is kind of give people stencils or stamps or stickers. We have different ideas in the campaign. So for people like me who just are underwhelming in terms of drawing straight lines.
Add stuff to it. Don't fill it in.
Yeah, it's just an outline so that you can then fit
I think
more
we made
things.
Cthulhu.
Yeah, I will. He did will that into existence. Right? Who's calling me? I like
This is
it.
I love it.
beautiful.
Wait, did you do a double pen?
Yeah, I did.
She cheated.
Oh, that's cool.
No, she cheated. It was
No,
meant to be one line.
There was not enough colour on this, okay?
Yeah,
You three
you
all
did
went
all-
purple
I
only.
wish I'd thought of that.
I
That's
wanted
so
to
cool.
go green.
And that's how the band falls apart.
Whoa, cool.
Wait,
Very
let
cool.
me put it in front of stuff.
So as they accomplish different capers.
Why is that cool, guys? Why is Oh, it's kind of like a sad Squidward or something.
Disagree.
I was trying to make Pac-Man.
That's the widest mouth Pac-Man. Isn't it? Ah!
He's almost dead. Wow.
That's true. Necro Pack.
I
So
think that's the name of our group,
yeah,
Necropac.
Necro Pack. So our group, as we go forward in this campaign, are going to be doing capers to try to earn treasures. There are different treasures that we'll talk to you about as the game goes on, and some of those treasures can be used to build on their relationship with their banshee to get more power from them. So one of the things that since we did a little redesign, we moved the power that you chose as a group from the banshee's mischiefs to the achievements, right? So we're doing a little bit of that, but wait, there's more. You are now going to be able to get a new mischief, a new special ability. So we'll talk about that, what the group ends up deciding as far as that's concerned in the weeks to come. In this case, they can also get trophies that benefit and increase their achievements that may be a little bit off the beaten path from the type of treasures that they would get for their banshee. So their banshee cares most about mystery treasures. Those are treasures that give you about the secrets of the world, occult knowledge, lore, things forgotten, or just, the dreams of something that might come in handy one day. Who knows? Snippets of prophecy, riddles of a bygone era, any of that kind of weird, creepy stuff, she's in for it. Trophy treasures are things of emotional resonance, sentimental value, things of a person that would then be applied as a trophy treasure. So it might be the tears of a grieving widow. It might be, the baby teeth of an especially accomplished young person. Things like that. So when we think about trophy treasures, it's going to be something that is personal, specific, and probably a little weird. So in that case, they'll be, bombarding your dreams, doing capers, and stealing things so that they can build a better future. In any case, that's going to be our edition of Goblin Mode. I hope you enjoyed the introduction to these characters. Subscribe to youtube.com/offmetaplays for more of this type of content and other good board game and RPG content. So stick around for that type of thing. I want to thank Haley and Veronica and Adam and Benny and Linksel.
Secondhand clocks. It's time.
It's time. And Rules Gob Kyle and all the other folks at Off Meta who are helping us make this happen. I am Tyler, and until we meet again.
Think of manner.